Hi, Spencer Cheap Pops, you're on the air.
Silicon Steve Valley, Vladi Dottie, we are here and we are High Spots and Cheap Pops, talking the very best of professional wrestling in the world today.
Somebody who made probably similar comments was our good old friend Uncle Dave Meltzer, right?
Oh, Jesus.
And sort of compared Ospreay to Cody. Do you want to touch base on this?
Well, there's a couple things about Meltzer, and you know me about dirt sheet writers.
Yeah.
If it's not Fightful Select or someone related to Fightful Select, I can't stand him. And this thing where he comes out and he's defending Jack Perry and he's kind of going after Tony Khan. So paraphrasing is, how much is enough? He's been suspended for 7 months. And how much is this guy going to have to suffer? And Tony Khan is still, quote unquote, mad at him. Look, Jack Perry should have been fired. And here's another reality, Schmeltzer. If people wanted Jack Perry back on AEW television, he would be back. But the reaction when it was rumored that he was going to be the devil, the online reaction was abysmal. And then Tony Khan saw the writing on the wall that nobody wanted Jack Perry back in AEW. Guess what? Jack Perry acted like an asshole in the biggest show on the planet in the history of professional wrestling. Went into business for himself in an immature, stupid way, calling out one of the biggest stars, if not the biggest star on your roster, which led to that big star getting fired forever and getting hurt again like a little bitch. But I don't want to go there. Jack Perry is not interesting, and nobody gave a crap, and nobody has missed him since he's been gone. If people really, really wanted him back, Tony Khan would have brought him back. Nobody cares unless he's his butt buddy. Like you, Uncle Dave Schmeltzer, and Brian Alvarez. And you're a big proponent of Jack Perry. Maybe you guys took saunas baths together or something. I don't know. But he's part of the Cucamonga clan. And he always has an agenda anytime he talks about those guys. Tony Khan should have fired Jack Perry.
Yeah.
Keep Jack Perry in New Japan. Have him learn how to be a heel. Or better yet, learn how to be interesting. And then he can come back to AEW when the fans want to see him. I got to be honest with you. The House of Torture is not getting my hopes up for Mr. Jack Perry. But that's all I got to say about that part of Uncle Dave Schmeltzer.
It's great. And you know what? Like, it's intriguing as Meltzer's laying this on the table. I'm looking at it too. It's like Tony Khan is just stringing him out. It's almost like he wants him to become like inconsequential in his career. So if he fired him, he could have wrestled anywhere in 3 months or so, right? The thing is, I don't think WWE would be interested in Jungle Jerk-Off even for NXT.
I don't either.
Yeah, like, so where would he go other than Japan?
Jack Perry is not near the athlete that most of the people in NXT are. And Does he cut a good promo? No. Did he cut generic heel promos? Ooh, I came out with sunglasses. I buried my Jungle Boy gimmick. Dude, that was the only time you were actually entertaining. And the real reality is Christian did everything he could to get you over. And now look at it. Christian is 10 times over than he was.
Yeah.
Kill Switch is more over than Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy Jack Perry does not have enough people wanting him back on television for him to be anywhere near it. And maybe Dave doesn't agree with that. Well, tough shit, Dave. It's the case, bud.
Yeah.
I'm a good star rating. Nerd.
Luchasaurus is underrated.
I don't know if that's true or not. I have no. I don't know. Is he over? I don't think he's overrated. But yeah, go ahead. You were talking about Dr. Schmeltzer.
Yeah, and you know we discussed Meltzer decided to go and compare Ospreay to everybody's former favorite EVP, Cody Rhodes, who's in WWE of all places. All right, so this is the quote from good old Uncle Dave, right? I believe he did this on his radio deal. So Uncle Dave, quote unquote, WWE doesn't need him. They don't, quote unquote, need anyone. But he's the most talented wrestler in the world. And it was a miss by WWE not getting it. He's got more charisma than Cody Rhodes. And look at Cody Rhodes there, you know? I've seen him in programs. I saw him with the Kenny Omega promo. I saw him with Michael Aku. He can do that stuff. There was that question, but even the promo on Wednesday, it's like, he can be that guy. It would take him a little while to get to the Seth Rollins level, but once he got there, he would surpass him. And with Cody has so much goodwill. I'm not saying he would surpass Cody, but in time, he probably would, just because he's 30 and Cody's 38. He's on the way up, and Cody's already there. In the ring, he's much better than Cody. Mm-hmm. Cody's fantastic as a character, and his story, he really made the story work. The funny part is, essentially, Will can do the same story in AEW. And it won't be big because they don't have a Roman Reigns opponent. An AEW title historically doesn't mean as much as the WWE title to as many people, but they can still do that story. He just gave you two reasons why they can't really do that story, by the way. Talks out of both sides.
Yeah, that didn't make. Why would you do the same story?
Yeah.
It's fucking dope.
Exactly. Yeah, so he talks out of both sides of his ass there. But, like, you know, comparing Ospreay and what would have happened if he went to WWE, I have no doubt that he would have gotten over and probably pretty quickly. Not saying for this WrestleMania, because they are just log jammed with talent. That's the issue. But within 2 years, he might main event WrestleMania.
It is a logjam at WWE because you still have Randy Orton there. You still have Drew McIntyre probably there. You're still probably going to have Seth Rollins. You're still going to have Roman Reigns. You're going to have Cody. Maybe you have The Rock. And I'm not even mentioning guys like Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and Gunther, who's also on his way up. So I don't know if I agree with that. I think he has the talent to be, but I think that's something that where they would have him be in the mid-card level for 3 or 4, maybe even 5 years, kind of how they did with Edge, you know, for like 2001 to about 2005. They would probably have him do that situation, be the Intercontinental Champion, go out and steal the show. Him and Gunther can go out and have what kind of matches they would have. Holy cow. Yeah. But what cracks me up about Dave is, the WWE really missed the boat. We talked about it again earlier in the show. Free agents, if it's all things being equal, they're going to take quality of life. Will Ospreay's going to work a quarter of what he would be working in WWE. Hell, he may not have even started on the main roster. Really? Because he didn't have a big Western presence. It's not like AJ Styles where he built his brand over here, then went to New Japan and he was even bigger. Ospreay is born and bred UK and New Japan. So he's not nearly as well known. So would he come right to the main roster? You would hope. I don't know, though. He certainly deserves it. Meltzer's not wrong in a lot, though. Ospreay's the best in-ring performer. That doesn't make Cody a bad performer. He's a B in-ring performer. C or a B, depending on who he's in the ring with. He can put A+ matches on, but typically that's not his forte. Just like John Cena, just like Hulk Hogan, guys like that, they are more in the moments and telling a more of a character story and a different kind of story than, okay, let's do spot after spot after spot to really see what we need to do in terms of athleticism. It's apples and oranges, though. It really is. Would Ospreay and his promo, would that transcend over to the WWE universe if not presented in a Raw way? I don't know. So, Meltzer's assumption that Will Ospreay would be the biggest star ever, I don't know if I would agree with that because WWE fans are weird, man. I mean, RVD never really reached the success and popularity that we all thought he was going to when he left ECW, right?
Right.
I mean, he had his little title run for like a month before he got popped for smoking weed, but RVD was the guy. He was Will Ospreay back in 97, 98, 99. RVD was that guy. He was better. He was the next evolution of Shawn Michaels, we were saying.
Yep.
And so here we are with Ospreay. I don't know if he would necessarily go over. But guess what? Tony offered him a shitload more money and a lot less work to do. So WWE, I'm sure, did everything that they possibly could. But when Tony's throwing millions of dollars per year to wrestlers having to work 50 to 55 days a year opposed to 300, it's a no-brainer. And it's not because WWE sucks and they missed the boat. It's because Tony Khan is overpaying and giving people a lesser schedule. Thank you so much for watching High Spots and Cheap Pops. For Vladi Dottie, this is Silicon Steve Alley. Hit the subscribe button and let us know what you think. Thank you for watching, and here endeth the lesson.